Guys, welcome back to another video. June is literally coming up so soon, and a lot of people are getting those food plots in. So we're gonna go over my opinion of 5 crucial things to make your food plots thrive for this upcoming season. Let's get into it. So the number one thing that I think that will really help food plots, and I'm not gonna cover too much on this, but is your soil testing. Make sure you get your soil testing done because certain seeds will only thrive in certain pH levels. So you gotta understand what your pH level is to make sure your seeds can thrive in that soil. And look at things that you can do to make sure that you can up your pH level. I know that putting lime down helps. I know that I've done burning, like people burn like those ash off of like burning fire and stuff. That will enhance your pH level as well. But looking what you can do to enhance your pH level to make sure that your seeds thrive and then you're not getting a whole bunch of weeds. So that's the number one tip, is just make sure you soil test. I'm not a dirt biologist or anything like that, so I'm not 100% sure, but I just know that you gotta test your soil, make sure that your pH level is good so your seeds can thrive and that you have good luscious plots this fall. So that is my tip number one, is soil test before you plant. All right, so my tip number two is right plant for the right season. And so what I mean by that is making sure that you're planting for the upcoming season. So if you're looking to plant for cool seasons, you're like late in like October, November. If you're looking for stuff like that, so you're gonna be planting like brassicas, winter wheat, clover. Those are gonna be the things that are gonna thrive in cooler weather. But if you're looking for something for warmer weather, you're gonna be planting like soybeans, corn, cowpeas, chicory. I believe is really good. So just understanding what season you're looking to hunt. I know that winter rye is really good late season. So you like coming beginning of September, going through and putting some winter rye and understanding your food plot, your size and stuff, which we'll get into that. But understanding to plant to that season is very crucial, because if you plant something too early or too late, it's gonna be too hot and it's gonna kill it, or it's gonna be too late and it's not gonna grow in time. So understanding how to plant according to the season that you're looking to hunt. I know on the back of the bags they give a really good time frame. I know whitetail, I don't know the seed, but it's like whitetail something. They do a really good job putting on the back. I know Antler King does it. So understanding planting to the season that you're looking to hunt is going to be very crucial on tip number two. And then my tip number three, this might be an overlooked tip or something that people don't think about, but it's going to be your plot size and shape. So the main thing is you want deer to come into your food plot and feel as comfortable as possible. And having like an edged food plot, so they're closer to the wood edge and stuff like that, that's gonna make them feel the most comfortable. If there's more wood edge than anything, they will feel comfortable. And I feel like this just varies, because like you look at like Mark Jury and he has like 400 acres of food plot and you just see deer everywhere and there's giants everywhere. But I feel like this is just, I don't know if that's realistic. Like I really don't feel like that's realistic, because he owns like a bajillion acres. So he owns the acres on the acres. And so there's always deer on his land. But for the common hunter, I feel we need to make those deer feel safe when they come into a food plot. I know like making them somewhat structural and not just a straight square, they will feel more safe when there's more structure in it, making them come in and stuff like that. So, and understanding where to put your food plot as well, next to bedding, making sure that there's water nearby, stuff that's going to draw them in, because having a small kill plot in a good spot is way better than having a 5-acre plot on a bad spot, if that makes sense. So your location is really important, and understanding that they need to feel safe when coming in to your food plot. All right, so then there's 2 other ways to make food plots. You have your till and you have your no-till. The main thing with your no-till food plots is making sure that you have good soil to seed contact, making sure that that seed gets into that soil so that it can thrive when it rains. Any way that you can make your seed get into that ground, even if it's running over the lawnmower, running over the foiler, just something that it just buries it into that soil. I know some people, I believe they use like a cultipacker anything like that that just buries it, but making sure that that seed gets into that dirt and it gets worked in so they can thrive. And that's my tip number 4 is making sure you have good seed to soil contact. And then tip number 5 is make sure that you have variety. And this is the way I like to explain food plots to people is, like, for me, like, if you go to a buffet, you're not just going to get one thing. Like, you're going to get a little bit of chicken, you're going to get a little bit of this, you're going to get a little bit of that. You're going to get multiple things. And deer are no different. And the phrase browsing comes from, they like to, oh, maybe I want some clover, maybe I want some chicory, oh, there's some alfalfa here, there's some brassica here. They want different options. Deer are no different than we are. And so therefore, if you plant different stuff, it gives them more of a reason to come back. Because they know that, oh, it's not just clover here. Maybe they want clover one day and then the next day they don't. Like, giving them options is a really good resource to keep deer in your food plots, because deer, like I said, we like options, they like options too. You hear the phrase all the time, oh, those deer were browsing or whatnot. So giving them options is going to make them come back and stay in your food plot. And then my bonus tip on tip number 5, which isn't really a tip but more of encouragement, is just make sure that you understand that it does take time. If you are just starting a food plot, it does take time to get a really good food plot. So if your food plot doesn't work out this year, like, keep working at it. It does take time to get a really good food plot, and just keep working at it, and you are going to have a really good food plot. So make sure you test out soil, figure out what seed you want to plant so you know what time of frame that you're hunting, if it's early or late season, and just go out and get your food plots done so you can be successful this fall. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.